What is going on? It's your man Cleveland Terry here to do a really quick speaker shootout. Now, everybody knows I've had this Thrash 212 Go in my possession for like 3 or 4 weeks. Just been really busy, which is why you haven't been seeing a lot of videos from me at all, because I've been exceptionally busy, and I'm not lined up here, so let me just line this up. There we go. I've been exceptionally busy with work, DJ life, you guys know how it is, but we are just swamped and I just can't get to it. So I want to just do a quick live one right now. Now, we have the Thrash 212 on this side and then the Mackie Thump Go on this side. We're going to just do a quick sound test on them. Obviously, you can see that there's quite a size difference already. I mean, it's the difference between having something super compact and something that is really a full-size speaker. Now, the benefits of the full-size speaker is, technically, theoretically, it should be louder, it should be warmer, you should be able to do more with it, and hopefully, because it is a bigger speaker, you could then get a bigger battery. So then you have a longer lifespan on the battery from the party and then throughout the entire lifespan of the speaker. So, we're going to test out both of these, and I'll let you be the judge. Obviously, as we're looking at the speakers, it's clear what should be the case, but I've done a little bit of testing. You know, it's not as wide of a margin as I thought it would be. All right, we're gonna test out the Thrash now. I wanna point out real quick, the Thrash comes in at about $500 depending on what website you take a look at. The Thrash, again, same strange up and down numbers, but around $300 to $400 for the smaller speaker. All right, let's check it out. Thrash now. Now, one thing that I have noticed, and I do have a wall behind me, but is if I travel backwards, the 212, the bass kind of is at peak performance, feels like maybe, I don't know, 30 feet away from the speaker. The Mackie has more of a compact sound, so I guess kind of depending on, no matter where you are, the sound is kind of the same across the board. All right, that's over. Okay, here we go. I can already hear the difference. Thump. Thrash. Yeah. Okay, so clearly the Thrash is a better speaker. I want to show you one little thing. So obviously the low end's better, the mids are better, the highs are slightly muted, but they leave a kind of a more musical sound. The Mackie Thump Go's are still amazing speakers, especially for the size. That's an 8-inch speaker right there. Let's bring it a little closer so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's substantially larger in size, quite a bit. But if you are wanting something that has a little more oomph, and this is more of a starter speaker, because when it's all said and done, they're both going to be used for very specific things. For instance, the Mackie Thump Go, I would bring this out for a ceremony. I bring it out for cocktail. I bring it out for, you know, small little backyard sound, maybe a reinforcement. I'd use it as a monitor as I'm DJing. The Thrash, you get two of these, you're playing for, I don't know, 30 to 50 people. Yeah, you could definitely make this work. The sound is good. It's got a very Mackie type sound. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean. JBL has their own sound, QSC has their sound. Mackie definitely has a sound. And some of the sound, especially for the low end, seems to come more due to the construction of the actual speaker, the materials used, the plastic. But they still sound really good for the price. Either one would be good. Here's one little caveat that I want to talk about, because again, if price is no issue and you get one of these or you get one of these and you're out and about and you're playing off of the sheer battery power, the question's going to be, well, how long do they last? Well, Mackie said they last 10 hours. And I would believe them, but I do want to use a caveat here. I think it's 10 hours if you don't exceed a very specific threshold. Now, let's go over here, because I wanted to show you what I'm talking about. 212 looks exactly like the Mackie Thump Go, all the way to the back panels. The only difference between this panel, which does have your two XLR combo jack inputs, and then your through, and then your main, you can still pair up these with another Thrash Go and then get stereo sound just using the link button. It has Bluetooth input. Moving over to this guy actually has more inputs. As you can see, you not only have your Bluetooth and your standard link, but then you also have a aux jack right here, which you can throw in, and you have voicing modes, and then this outdoor music ducking, all of these things that may or may not matter. But if you are thinking that you are just kind of upgrading this box with this box, you're going to be a little incorrect. Obviously, they made some choices here. The handles up top here, you got your single handle, and then your, nope, there's not even a side handle, just your single handle. And then on this one, you have handles up top, handles on the bottom, handles on the sides. So you have many different ways to open it up. As far as the speaker cup, standard one input hole, just falls right in. On this guy, you do have the same thing, but then you have this screw guy that locks it in place. 3 different times now, I have loaded them up and then went to unload them at the warehouse, and 3 different times I have found this screw on the floor, in the back of the bed, somewhere else. So these screws do not really hold. I would recommend definitely putting something on it to make sure that if it does fall out, it stays with the speaker. Just a side note here, a side note. As I said before, I had to turn this knob down to about 10 o'clock. Now, why do you ask? Because of this. So, now we're good. So, obviously, frequencies are different on each song, but the more hip-hop oriented song seemed to abuse the speaker a little more. Now, I know it says power overload. It's not actually clipping, so I want to make that point clear. But what's happening is, the moment you go power overload, you're using more power in that speaker. So now, does this speaker last, if you're pushing it to the max, for 10 hours? I don't believe so, absolutely not. But if you understand the dynamics of what I'm saying here, you keep it below the red, and you're not gonna have any problems. Now I'm curious to see what happens, which I did not test, if I plug it back in, and I want to see if the overload happens where it did before. So hold on. Okay, so last thing, it's exactly what I thought. It's not distorting, it's not clipping, none of that's happening. Obviously, there's an internal limiter, as always, in a speaker system, especially the Mackies. I find that the Mackies are actually, I would say their limiters are more aggressive than some, but it's just to protect their speakers, so they're just more aggressive with it. So I will say, once I plugged in the speaker, I was hoping that that overload mark wouldn't kick in at the same point. I hoped that it would give it more power and then it'd be able to push up, but no. I believe that overload power load is strictly for the battery. It is a warning that, hey, you're pushing on us. Now we're going to be running our amps hotter, which means we're going to take more battery power. You're not going to get the extended time that you think you're going to get. So, but besides that, it's a good, well-rounded, warm, entry-level speaker, and I want to make that clear. It is entry-level. Don't walk around saying, well, my EVs do this and my EVs do that. Your EV that you bought is not an entry-level speaker. As far as entry-level, the Mackie Thump go, entry-level speaker, but it punches well above its weight class, and I think so does this one. You don't see a lot of 12-inch battery-powered speakers out there, so it's good that there is an option, and I believe they just came out with an SRT battery-powered Mackie also. That'll be an interesting one to listen to, too. But entry-level, you want the best of both worlds, to be able to DJ, to be able to do the things you want to do without the stress of, oh my God, what happens if the power goes out? Oh my God, I'm on a beach. Oh my God, I'm in the middle of a soccer field. There's no power. What am I going to do? This Thrash 212 is an affordable speaker that you can just buy, throw in your garage, your warehouse, and ever so often you need it, and you got an option. The power goes out in the venue. Guess what? You're still rocking. Two of these and a Newmark Mixed Stream Go. Wired microphone. Get yourself some X Vibes, put them into the wired microphone, and you got a wireless microphone. Man, battery powered lights all around now. You're in a good place. So give it a try. Check it out. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and we'll have a chat. I hope to be putting more and more of these out as soon as we get through the amount of parties. I mean, we work pretty much only on Saturdays, except for my office hours. And when I tell you, I got 40 bar mitzvahs this month. That's a lot. So we're really, really busy right now. But I promise I'm going to get back there, and my kids trying to get into college, and we're doing all these visits. It's just a lot. So hopefully we can get back to a regular thing, and then we can keep it going. Besides that, guys, if you found what I said here useful, hit that like button. If you found what I said here really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Get on my Discord, because that's where we're talking about all things Cleveland Terry. And of course, the weekly show, Tech Thursdays, which I believe today, this week, I think I'm gonna have to put it on Wednesday, college visits. Anyway, guys, girls, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we will talk soon. Peace.